Welcome to MIFF. I'm Matt Huss.
And I'm Dan Rhodes. Whether you know about Theseus or you're revising your syllabus,
If you want tales with a bit of jest, or you just want to hear about incest.
What?
What? It's really interesting.
Welcome to MIFF. Welcome to MIFF.
Hello and welcome to episode 43 of MIFFs?
43.
43. And Dan, tell us an interesting fact about the number 43.
It was the age that Da Vinci wrote the Dan Brown novel.
What's the Dan Brown novel called?
The Da Vinci Code.
Oh, I thought it was like kind of like a like a reversible thing. So Dan Brown wrote the Da Vinci Code, and Da Vinci wrote
The Dan Brown Code. Yeah.
And the Dan Brown Code is sell 1 million copies, sell the film rights, cash.
Yes.
See, if Leonardo da Vinci had that kind of brilliant, genius ideas, he wouldn't be dead.
Wouldn't be dead.
Dan Brown, very much alive, isn't he?
Very much alive, yeah.
What the fuck am I saying? Yeah, it's a lovely day today, Dan. I feel very relaxed, you know?
It's nice. It's nice. I'm glad you feel relaxed.
Yeah.
How have you been?
You know what? Life is going very well at the moment. Like, I've put a lot of hard work into stuff, and yeah, I'm turning out quite happy at the moment.
It's amazing what living in a house can do. I really noticed that.
Yeah. And, you know, I've honestly just been trying to be a bit more positive in life, and I've actually booked a little holiday to Dublin.
You alluded to this earlier. Not in the podcast, just... Well, we do talk to each other off the podcast.
No, actually, it's strictly silent. You know, when like when like a band gets famous, like the Galaxies, like they don't speak to each other; they just arrive on stage, do the stuff, and then leave. Yeah.
Band members never talk to each other.
Yeah, so I walked to Dan's house, really quiet, in a big raincoat and sunglasses. Knock on his door, go, let's do the podcast. Sit in his room, put the podcast recording up, go, right. Hello, welcome to this. It's quite the change of pace.
We have never opened with that much enthusiasm.
Yeah, so I have, you haven't.
Yeah, you're going to Dublin. That's exciting.
Yeah, and I thought, you know, just take a little time out for myself, because I work very hard. I go to Dublin, and do you know what my plans are currently? Drink. That's it. I'm going by myself as well. Is that weird?
It's not weird, no.
Yeah. Well, I thought you travel a lot by yourself.
I've pretty much been everywhere. I mainly go on my own, it seems.
Are we two loners? Maybe that's why we like each other so much. We are two loners in the vast, expanding universe.
It's good to be independent, though, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
I travel a lot on my own. I really enjoy it.
Yeah. Well,
increasingly, I'm trying to not to travel on my own, though. I want to actually start going with friends because it's not. The problem with traveling alone is you have a great time and you meet great people that you will hopefully stay in contact with, but it's not the. A lot of them don't live near you, right? So you're not seeing them very often. You might meet up a bit, but it's difficult because everyone has lives.
But I think that's my whole life, though. Like, my whole life is very much friends all over the place and I live a very nomadic lifestyle because I go up and down the country. There's no base for me whatsoever.
I think going with someone you already know before you leave I'd like to do more. I don't know if you know, it's more rewarding because what you're doing is you'll then always have that memory. Yeah. Like, oh man, do you remember that time? It like strengthens a friendship because you're like, oh, do you remember that time we went to Las Vegas?
You have that,
and
it's one of those things that lasts forever as well. Yeah. And it's a story you can retell, and that's why I'm going.
Whereas when you come home and you've been travelling, and you're like, oh, how was it? And you're like, your friends and family will be like, oh, how did you get on? You'll say, oh, I did this, and this, and they're like, oh, cool. And you're like, no, it was a lot more than that. It was a lot more than cool. But if you're with someone else, then at least you're both like, we know how cool it was.
Yeah. So essentially, I paid money to be lonely.
Yeah. No, but you'll still have a great time. City breaks are a bit different on your own.
And
I think I'm talking about holidays.
And also, I think I'm also using it as a writing break. I said to Dan as a joke, as a half joke, that I'm going to try and grow a beard and I'm going to write a poetry book over there.
Yeah, whilst you're in a pub.
Yeah, and I think that's the start.
Do you reckon they have pubs in Dublin?
I heard maybe one or two. Yeah. Do you reckon they sell anything in particular, or
lemonade probably?
Yeah, hooch,
yeah.
Bacardi breezes. That is it.
Yeah.
I also, Dan, I also started learning the keyboard as well.
Oh, very interesting.
Someone's going through a breakup. That's the first song I learned.
Yeah, that's a really good song.
It's a good song.
It's a really good song.
No, but I now I'm learning to play keyboard, even though I've got this like training program on my phone, and it's literally designed for 5-year-olds, and I'm fucking smashing it, mate. It's like, play these 5 notes. Da 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 da. Fuck you, Charlie, in 5th grade. You and your small fingers. I'm genuinely proud of myself. That's the thing that I'm genuinely really excited about myself. Like, more than I...
Find middle C. Ding! Nailed it.
Yeah, exactly. Middle C. Bam. Right away. Yeah. Ooh. Still left me, though. Now, it's really... but it's nice that... You just flicked my knee.
No, I flicked a bit of something off your knee.
Okay. Seafoam. What I like about keyboard is that it's easy to find the notes and stuff like that, and now I can play keyboard, bass, drums, guitar. I can try and sing.
And you can play guitar.
Guitar? Oh, as if girls need more reason not to talk to me.
I won't dare you unless you're a guitar player. Sounds a lot like a pants.
My ovaries are yours now. Impregnate, please. So, Dan, do you play any instruments?
I actually can tinkle the ivories a little bit, actually.
What? Tinkle the ivories?
I can a little bit.
What is that reference? Tinkle the ivories?
Piano playing, that's what...
Oh.
You've heard that reference before.
No, genuine.
Matt, that's a very common reference.
Tinkle the ivories?
Tinkle the ivories.
I think in my head it was still related to the ovaries comment I made.
Okay.
So tinkle the ovaries sounded way more...
Yeah, tinkle the ivories, because piano keys used to be made of ivory, and they used to...
So are you saying that's okay?
So I'm probably at this current moment a better keyboard player than you.
Should we have a keyboard off?
Oh, yeah, we will do.
I mean...
Although you've got a lot of time to... You've got a few weeks...
Yeah, well...
until I'm probably at your house to be able to have a keyboard available to us, so... You'll probably be probably better than me.
Should we actually do that?
So you'll probably actually be better than me by then.
Okay. I mean, like, I don't know how we're going to do it, and I think it's going to be incredibly unlistenable for the listener. Don't you concrete! Nailed it, yeah. Charlie from 5th grade, can you come back and do your recital, please? But yeah, I think that we should do that. I can do a guitar off.
Yeah, that's going to go down.
I'm going to win that one.
Yeah.
I'm also in my new house. I've got drums in my room as well.
Well, I have played those drums and I was terrible at them. Do you remember you tried to teach me?
Yeah.
I don't get... Drums are hard.
But then it's quite different coordination, you know what I mean? Like, it's like trying to do a lot of things at the same time. But I think once you kind of find the natural rhythm...
You're better at guitar, aren't you?
I think so. I've played guitar for about 10 years now, actually.
Oh, wow.
Well, actually 11. Oh, my Jesus, I'm so old. God. It's nearly my birthday, Dan, as well.
It is. That's impressive. Are you excited?
I
am going to get you something. Like you got me something for my. Are we going to record? We're going to have to record on a non-birthday birthday, like I did.
Yeah, we're going to have to do it non-birthday birthday. But that's a production meeting. We don't have to. Yeah. I mean, like, I think we'll have like we might tie up for a nice Christmas special as well. What's going to happen for the Christmas special?
No, seriously, what the fuck is going to happen for the Christmas special?
I said, that was a genuine question. Maybe, I don't know, we can just just wear Christmas hats and they can viewers watching it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the viewers of this podcast, that'd be great.
Anyway, Daniel, should we crack on with our myth?
Should we do a myth, Matt? Do you know what I'm thinking we should do?
Yeah.
It's a bit... I guess it's a bit different to usual. I was thinking we could read a Greek myth out and we'll, like, rank it at the end.
What?
So we'll, like, read a Greek myth.
Yeah.
And then what we'll do at the end, we'll just talk about it and summarise it.
Are you speaking double Dutch, Dan? This is unprecedented.
This is unprecedented.
We're actually doing myths on the Myth podcast.
Okay, yeah.
What? It's not me just talking about my love life or lack thereof.
Yeah.
Let's move on quickly.
Okay. Fire away. Jingle number 1 or 2. Does the first one count as a jingle, or is that just the intro? I've always wondered that.
What? Sorry. The first jingle is the one in between, because the first, it's like the intro.
Is an intro? Okay, so this is jingle number 1.
Yeah.
But fire away, jingle number 1.
How about this, sir? In the future...
Fire away, over Mac. Give it a go. Oh, it never does it when I say.
Yeah, because I'm waiting for me to say it, that's why. Because I've got a very... Well, I thought maybe we could do, like, for one episode, we should have keyboard bits we do for each of the jingles, and they have to vote for which one they find the best.
That could be funny.
That'd be funny.
That could be funny.
And and we have to do our own style to it. Like Anne and Joe podcast, they did they jingle of the week, and they had to vote which was the best jingle. We can do that, but we're letting new Adam and Joe, but less famous. Okay, jingle time.
Hey there, my name is Matt Huss, and in this link I have an American accent, and I advocate the safe use of MIFF podcasts in small doses.
Today, Dan, what are we doing?
We are going to do, what are we going to do? Pantheon and the Sun Chariot.
I think it's Phaethon.
Phaethon. I read Pantheon because it looks like...
it looked, in all fairness, it looks like Phaethon.
Phaethon. Phaethon and the Sun Chariot.
Babby Adonis.
Babby Adonis.
I can't believe Adonis didn't have a funny voice. We should have done him with a special voice.
Well, he didn't really speak, did he?
Oh yeah, he was just a glorified gimp, wasn't he?
Whoa. Poor Adonis. Okay.
Anyway, so this is Phaethon.
I have no idea who he is, by the way, Phaethon. So.
I think Phaethon, we in the very special Laura Lex episode, which you weren't in.
Thank you.
One of the greatest episodes we recorded, may I say. I think that Laura described this as one of her favourites. So we're going to do this. We're going to do a shout out to Laura.
Hi, Laura.
Who guaranteed won't be listening to this. Anyway, so here is the myth. According to the ancient myths, the sun was put in a chariot, and every day the god Helios would drive the chariot along the sky. That is how the sun would rise and how the sun would set. Phaethon was the son of the god Helios, who secretly took the chariot one day to drive it. However, as he was young and inexperienced, he was lost control of the horses. And then what happened?
What happened as he got lost control? That was great English. What I just said then.
It was one step above a yawn. Anyway, so according to Greek mythology, Phaethon, whose name means shining, was the son of the sun god Helios and a mortal woman, Clymene. Clymene, yeah, sorry. Wow, did you just correct me?
I did. Smashing it.
God, this is the worst day of my life. However, he was only living with his mother as his father...
So far. It's the worst day of your life so far.
What are you going to do to me tomorrow?
Well, it's going to get worse, isn't it?
Yeah, probably. It doesn't feel like it's going to get better. I'm broadly fine, everyone. I'm making it sound a lot worse than it is. You know?
No, yeah, but no, you will have worse days in your life than today.
Yeah. If anything, today's a doddle.
Yeah, if you think about it, because eventually one of your loved ones will die.
Next on the myth. However, he was only living with his mother as his father had a difficult task to perform. Helios was responsible to drive the horse chariot with the sun from one side of the earth to the other during the daytime. That's quite a long shift, isn't it?
It is a long shift.
And it's on the chariot. He's towing quite a large, like a chariot with a couple of horses. Is towing the entirety of the sun.
Yeah.
A big star.
Yeah, which weighs at least a ton.
It's Dan. At least 2 tons.
At least the sun weighs at least. That's a fact.
Speaking as an Aegean boat specialist, the sun is at least 2 tons.
Yeah.
Apparently, Aegean boats cover sky chariots.
Should we actually quickly have a guess the nearest million how much the sun weighs, and we'll find out.
I'm going to stick to my guns. 2 tons.
No, seriously, I'm interested.
Okay.
Let's see if we can. It'd be interesting to see
Okay.
how. Nearest 5. We'll do nearest 10 tons. Nearest 10 million tons. Nearest 10 million tons.
40.6 million tons.
40.6 million tons.
I have no idea.
I think it's a lot heavier than that.
Oh, probably. But
I'm thinking at least. I'm going to go way over. I'm going to say 40.6.
Fine. I don't know how. Sorry. When's the last time you measured weighed the sun? You know, I haven't got a set of scales on me.
Do you know what I'm going for? I'm going for 300 billion.
Can I change mine to 40 billion?
Okay, I'm going 300 billion.
Okay.
It's got to be. It must weigh something dumb like that. How much does the sun... How much does the sun weigh?
Okay, so this is not good for people who are bad at maths here.
It's 1.9 times 10 to the power of 30. So it's 1.9 with 30 zeros behind it. Kilograms. But that's kilograms, not tons. I'm going to put in tons because that's just really confused me.
Yeah, this is... So it's the same, but like 27. So I think you're closer.
So 300 billion is definitely closer to that. That's an obscene amount. That's... Wow, I don't know why I stupidly went 300 billion. I was going to go actually a trillion, but then I thought even that sounds... But then it does make sense because the sun is absolutely, stupidly ginormous.
Yeah.
And I also was like, well, it's partly gas, so I don't know. Do you know what I mean? How much does it actually weigh? But then it must weigh a shitload to have that much fuel in it to burn for as long as it has. Man, that was stupid. But not as stupid as thinking it only weighed 40 million. Next.
So, your loved ones will die. This isn't the worst day so far. You've made stupid guesses. You're not great for emotional support, Dan. Anyway, so, also, if you're taking the sun with you every day, your back must have a great tan.
Have a great tan.
But your front would be very pasty.
Yeah. All I can think about now is how stupid I was to only think it weighed 300 billion.
Okay, right. Let me just... Can I Google something for you? And we'll make sure you're not... I'll make you feel better, okay?
What are you going to Google?
Just let me...
How much the Earth weigh?
Hold
Because
on.
that's a lot more than 30 billion. 300 billion.
Google? Okay.
You just type in the... Okay, you don't know.
Alright, I'm going to Google something and I'll ask you a question.
Okay.
Oh, fucking penis. Okay, so I've Googled it. I've got an answer. The question I wanted you to ask, Dan, to the closest number...
Okay.
How many peregrine falcons are there on the sun? And I did Google it, and it hasn't got a response.
How many peregrine falcons are there
on the sun?
On the sun.
Actually, I'm going to find the next closest answer to the peregrine falcons in Florida. Same thing.
What, how many peregrine falcons are there in Florida?
Yeah, but how many on the sun first?
0.
Well, it didn't say that, so I'm going to assume there's at least 5. Actually, I'm going to guess 40.6 million. Yeah, well, that was a bit of fun, isn't it? Anyway, back to the sun. Guys.
So anyway, what we've established is the sun weighs a shitload.
And there's no peregrine falcons on the sun. Anyway.
So it's heavy.
It's pretty
he
heavy.
Has to drag that across the sky every day.
It's like a 12-hour shift as well.
Yeah, man.
One day, a schoolmate of Phaethon...
It'd be a lot easier just to keep the sun where it is and just move the Earth around. If only he knew.
It'd be more cost effective, yeah.
If only he knew.
Maybe create an orbit or something like that.
Yeah, if only he just create gravity and just have the Earth spin around.
Well, you know, his son, one's called Phaethon, the other one's called Isaac Newton.
Yeah.
Imagine that. My name's Helios, my son is Phaethon, and Isaac Newton.
Yeah. Okay, so his son is dragging the sun.
No. Helios is carrying the chariot, and
Helios
he's got his son Phaethon and mother Clymene. One day, a schoolmate of Phaethon laughed at his claim that he was the son of a god and said he didn't believe in him. Surely he'd be quite tan, quite easy to prove that as well. In tears, Phaethon went to his mum and demanded proof of his paternity. Clymene assured that her son was indeed the son of the great god Helios and sent him on his way to the palace of his father to establish his legitimacy. So this one kid laughs at him in school and he's so insecure that his mum's like, sure, we'll just go to the palace of the sun god, you know, it's just around the corner. So his father is estranged. He
doesn't know.
He's married to the job.
Yeah. Well, I think it's more that as a god, he probably came down to Earth, seduced, and then raped her, and then disappeared again. They like to do that, don't
they? The ritual of the gods.
Yeah.
But you know, I guess he did. Best thing about doing that is that you would never have to work night shifts.
Yeah, that's true.
You have to work every day though. You don't get a day off.
True.
Unless you live in like Yorkshire in like November to January.
That's true.
Anyway, a delighted and hopeful Phaethon travelled to India as there was the palace of his father, who was supposed to begin every day of his course from the east. Hold on one sec. So he starts in India because that's the furthest east. Isn't everywhere the furthest east there? No, India's the end of the world. That's it.
But it's the furthest east of their empire, isn't it?
Yeah. But obviously for the mythology point of view, but it's going funny. It's like, we'll go to the very furthest east, India. That's like going, we'll go to the very furthest east in the UK, East Anglia. Whoa, that's the end of the world, man. Well, it is that. So, when they reached the palace of Helios, he was astonished and amazed by its magnificence and luxury. His eyes were almost blinded by the dazzle of all the light around him. He's looking directly in the sun, that's why! The palace was...
what's in this garage?
The sun! Yeah. He keeps the sun in the garage, and the horses next door, like, burning alive. Yeah. The palace was supported by massive columns adorned with glittering gold and precious stones, while the ceilings and doors were polished with ivory and silver, because he famously wanted to tinkle with the ivory. Phaethon watched with awe the exquisite representation of earth, the sea, the sky, and on the walls of the palace. Imagine trying to take your job home with you and like, God. When you'd be like, oh, God, I have to go around the world again. Oh, there's Africa, there's Greece, there's America. Oh, God, ugh. Which one? Go home and watch Netflix.
Yeah.
Imagine, I'm the sun god, and I watch Made in Chelsea.
Yeah. So this is inside the palace of Helios. Amazed with all the luxury he had faced, Phaethon came into the august presence of his reputed father. Helios, sitting on a diamond-studded throne surrounded by the presences of the day, the month, the year, and the hour. His other attendants included spring, bedecked with flowers, summer with a garland of spear-like ripened grains, autumns with feet reddened with grape juice, and winter... hoarfrost in his hair. So basically all of the seasons, time and out, they're all there.
Just hanging out,
there's 12 o'clock, there's 6 o'clock, yeah.
Hey, Pim's o'clock, how you doing? Yeah, alright mate.
4 o'clock.
Also, spring, you got beautiful flowers. Summer, you got a garland of grains. Winter, you got a lovely frost jacket. Autumn, you've got grape juice on your feet. Autumn's a bit special.
Phaethon told Helios about the humiliation he had suffered because of the imputation of illegitimacy. He pleaded Helios to recognise him as his son and establish beyond all doubt the legitimacy of his birth. Helios got deeply moved and firmly affirmed Phaethon's paternity and legitimacy. In fact, he declared, in the presence of all of his attendants, that he will gladly grant his son any favour that he could ask him. Phaethon, happy because great Helios had recognised him as his son, decided to test the limits of his father's love and benevolence. The rash boy asked to be allowed to drive the awesome chariot of the sun for one day. Helios was fearful at his son's irrational request. He tried to explain to his son that even the mighty Zeus could not presume to drive the chariot of the sun, much less a mere mortal. That onerous task that was reserved solely for him, God Helios. Probably because Zeus kept going off course and going to find some pussy.
Oh, there's Africa, there's... Whoa! Hello! It's like, oh, God, Zeus is fucking one of the horses. Oh, God. Oh, he's made it... He's jizzed in the cloud. He's barely jizzed.
Unfortunately, once the gods had promised a favour, they could not withdraw or deny it. That's not a rule that's ever been honoured.
Yeah, they've come back on their word so many times. In fact, remember when someone died and they were like, no, can't bring it back alive. Sorry about that. But then the next episode they did. They brought Pallas back alive.
It's because they turned blind. And it was like, oh, can't turn you back.
Tiresias, wasn't it?
He was like, but you've turned me blind, so surely you can turn me not blind. I was like, no, that's not how we work.
They literally brought Pallas back from
life. Dead. And the woman the other day exploded in a ball of flames, and that's never come up before.
Yeah.
So some of these individual gods, I think, just...
There's obvioly some fake
He
news
just hates his
on.
son, I think, what's happened.
Well, I think he does like him, but he's
want
also
to pay alimony.
It's like, he's like, oh yeah, why don't you go up to the sun?
Oh, but now I've told you can't go back, so... Loser. Helios used all of his persuasive skills to plead the rash Phaethon to withdraw his outrageous demand, but to no avail. The boy insisted that Helios kept his promise. The god of the sun could do nothing else but to give in.
You could do literally anything else.
Yeah.
Just ruffle his hair and say, "You want to go to the cinema?"
Yeah.
Or why don't you just get one of his clock friends just to reverse the time and just go like, "What, son?"
What I like the idea is though that he agreed to it before then being like, "Oh shit, I shouldn't have agreed to that."
Yeah.
So instead of being like, "Hey Dad, can I drive the chariot?" and before thinking logically, okay, even Zeus can't drive the chariot, he will die and fuck up the earth. No. He just went, yeah. Oh wait, actually shit, you can't. And now I've said yes, I can't go back. Oh, that was dumb.
Yeah. So, wanting to drive the awesome chariot of sun was one thing, but to actually do it was not as simple as our naive Phaethon had imagined. By the way, no one else thought that as well.
No one else thought that would be easy.
Yeah, just driving the chariot across. Yeah.
Santa would do a good job. He's got experience, hasn't he?
Yeah, he in fact this is his temp job before.
This is temp job, yeah.
Before the Christmas job. A helpless Helios tried to warn his son for the dangers involved in driving the chariot with its fiery horses. And I'll finish that sentence in a second, but okay, son, we need to warn you of the dangers. There's a massive fucking sun behind you. There's fiery horses. What? Like, it's gonna die. What? It's literally a death trap.
Also, think about how fast the sunlight travels across. You're driving that chariot pretty fast.
Yeah, but then again, not much traffic up there.
Not much traffic up there. Yeah.
Don't go off course and stuff like that. But also, what other dangers are there? Not other dangers though, surely.
No, it's just driving a flaming ball of gas. That's like 3 million degrees across the sun at God knows how many thousands of miles an hour.
In all fairness, though, zero Peregrine Falcons. So
Peregrine Falcons. It's easy peasy.
So, a helpless Helios tried to warn his son for the dangers involved in driving the chariot with its fiery horses, which even the great god himself had found it difficult to control on many occasions. Fuck knows why he said to agree to this in the first place. He advised Phaethon to steer the chariot through a middle course and not go too high nor too low. Now, is this?
Because you've got to keep the trajectory right.
Yes, yeah. You got to keep.
Can't mess up time. Yeah.
So, does this remind you of any other myth going too high or too low?
Icarus.
It did ring of Icarus quite early on.
The sun and pleading of
literally the sun and the sun.
Yeah.
Helios rubbed an expression of power and arrogance on his son's face. Well, if that's not a euphemism, I've never heard one before. There's a reason why he wanted him to burn, because before he took him up on the chariot, rubbed his expression of power and arrogance in his face, and then the next is going to happen. Yeah. Oh no, he burned up there. Why did he send a cry for help? No, he didn't. As soon as he took off, Phaethon realised he had taken more than he could handle. He found himself utterly powerless to control the fiery horses.
So he's immediately like, okay, it turns out everyone was right when they said I couldn't do this.
He kind of rings with Theseus a bit there, where he seems, oh yeah, I can do it. No, I can't. When the horses realised the weakness and inexperience of their young charioteer, they began to steer a wild and dangerous course. The chariot of the sun was said to have blazed a gash in the skies, which supposedly became the Milky Way, a spiral galaxy.
So he's already gone off course and created the Milky Way.
Created a brand new galaxy. So he just, whoa, gone off course. Oh, brand new galaxy. Imagine it being that hard. It's like, oh my god. Then, uncontrollably, the chariot with the sun began to steer to lower course, hitting the earth and unleashing immense destruction, including the burning of the African continent and turning it to desert, making the Ethiopian... Oh my god. Okay, we didn't read this beforehand, and
we just read ahead.
I don't stand by this. I do not stand by this, but this is what the script says.
That's what the script says.
So he began to steer a too low course, hitting the earth, unleashing immense destruction, including the burning of the African continent and turning it into a desert. And making the Ethiopian people black-skinned, since they were burned from the fire of the sun, and even causing considerable damage to the River Nile.
Just Ethiopians, though.
I didn't expect to get racist.
He's got racist. Why Ethiopians?
Did the writer of this myth Did he work for UKIP? Because it feels like it was like a...
Got a little bit racist, this myth, but didn't see that coming, did we? I haven't even said anything that bad.
I mean, we have come across a lot of weird stuff in the course of these
but not racism.
Imagine if there was a UKIP version of all of...
Wow, so the sun has touched Africa, scorched the desert, and made specifically Ethiopians black.
Yeah, no one else.
No one else.
The whole of Africa is full of white people, apparently. Yeah, just... That's like colonialism to a T, isn't it?
Oh, man.
Oh, my Jesus Christ. Okay, here we go. The danger of greater destruction infuriated the chief of the gods, Zeus, who struck the boy down with his thunderbolt. The body of the dead Phaethon fell into the Eridanus River, which was later to be known as the River Po of Italy. The River Po runs into Twinkie, Winky, La,
and Dipsy.
Yeah, I forgot the other one.
Yeah.
The unfortunate Phaethon was deeply mourned by his sisters, the Helades, who were transformed into poplar trees to stand by the river and protect their brother for always, even though the brother's dead and don't really protect him anyway.
So basically he screwed up so much he created a new galaxy and then smashed it into the earth.
So he created a new galaxy, that's really cool.
And black people. That's literally what it says.
We picked this myth pretty last minute.
We did not read ahead for that part. I didn't actually read that paragraph.
This is why we need to do research. I enjoyed it. It's such a weird myth. But then God, Zeus decided to strike him down mid transfer as well. So the sun just is up there. Also, why didn't Helios go with him during this?
Yeah, we should have
learn a driver kind of thing.
Yeah.
Crazy. So that's and then his sisters look after him. The dead him. And didn't Helios go to look for his son at all?
No, he obviously doesn't care.
Yeah. Well, again,
no alimony.
Yeah. And it's really weird that his sisters are just kind of turned to poplar trees forever now. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the end of this myth. Dan, let's go and do what we normally do. Rank this.
Yo, we're back in part 3, yo. Did we enjoy that, Matt?
Well...
The unexpectedly racist myth.
I did, until that. I honestly did not see that coming as well.
No, I didn't.
I think we should try and make other myths very Brexity and very UKIP-y as well. So let's think of some ideas off the top of our head. Maybe the Theseus and the Minotaur, the Labyrinth is a metaphor for Brexit negotiations.
Yeah, basically.
Or maybe, that's the only one I can think of. What do we usually do at this time, Dan?
We normally rank them. Last was more creativity, WTF.
Well, that was fast.
Thank you.
So, life skills. Again, we mark these categories out of 10 each to a total of 40, and we put them on our table, league table, which is currently online, isn't it, Dan?
It is, Dan.
And
it is, Dan. I just called you myself.
Yeah.
That was weird.
I don't know why I did that.
I don't know why I did either.
So, and by the time this goes out, obviously it'll be fully updated, wouldn't it, Dan?
Fully updated.
It would be very embarrassing if you didn't update it.
No.
In fact,
my laptop was broken.
Not in the future. Right?
That's true.
Let's look at the life skills, the practical things we learned.
Life skills.
Learn how to get rid of a body.
Learn how to get rid of a body. We learned how to ride a chariot.
So we learned how to drive a chariot, then not drive a chariot. We learned how to make friends with time and space in the season.
Yeah. This is literally a chariot of fire, which is quite interesting.
We learned how to...
It's like a film. What else we learned? How to become a river, then how to ride a chariot.
How to be racist.
Then how to be racist.
How to create a Milky Way.
How to create a Milky Way. How to create a desert.
Yeah.
How to create a certain race of people.
How to give in to your son's demands.
How to give in to your son's demands, yeah.
Learn a lot about contract law.
Yeah, how to dress like the seasons.
Yes, by putting grape juice on your feet. Oh, we learned how to build a palace, really decadently.
That's true.
And we also learned...
How to bully someone.
Yeah. As if you needed more of that. Oh yeah, your dad's probably not the sun god. And you look like a beaten up Nick Frost. That's what you said
It is actually, yeah.
Okay, I think that's all for... Oh, learn how to travel to India. Oh, we learned what the furthest east was.
That's true, yeah, we learned that. That's cool.
Alright,
7.
No, really? Is it that high? I don't think it's that high.
Oh.
I think it's 5, maybe.
We said a lot of things there, didn't we?
But I don't think a lot of them are significant, no.
Okay.
Are you thinking... that's an easy debate. Like, come on, stand up for yourself. Go. If you think 7, let's discuss it.
I think we'll meet in the middle of maybe 6.
No, I'll still fight for 5, but why do you think...
Because you think about how many things you just listed then. Going all the way to India, that's a life skill.
Yeah, building a palace.
Building a palace, that's a life skill. Driving a chariot, that's a life skill. But making a desert, that's a life skill. Making black people, that's a life skill. Damaging the Nile, that's a life skill.
I guess it's...
Being bullied, that's a thing.
I think the thing which pests me is that it's all accidental, if you know what I mean. It's not like nothing was done purposefully, if you know what I mean. It's all kind of caused by an incident.
Have we still learnt from these things?
We have, but I think... I don't know, I'm not sure if it's...
That's why it's a 6.
Yeah, it's more than average, right?
Yeah, exactly.
6. See? It's good to discuss these things.
Morals.
Don't...
It's just, again, a weird myth in the sense that for the first time ever, someone has gone against someone else's better judgment and died.
Yeah, it's almost like people don't listen to each other.
Yeah.
Either the gods put people over, or people don't listen to each other.
Yeah.
Which is... you can copy and paste all these myths. Well,
there's always a similar format, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's piss off the gods, don't listen to someone, racist bit at the end.
Yeah.
So we learned...
To be fair, Greek myths are so often sexist, it was nice to have a racism for a change.
And funnily enough, when we did the Tiresias episode, I thought it's going to be a little bit transphobic, and it was, broadly okay. I mean, I'm speaking as a cis man, but like by all means, it was not as offensive. It's actually quite progressive for it at the time, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, it was.
They just accepted Tiresias for who that person wants to be. Morals, don't give... if you're going to give... Be a good parent, I guess. And also, if you're going to... That means both make sure that the dad looks after the son, alimony-wise. Make sure the mum's happy to raise the son properly. And I guess also, don't give in to your son's demands. You have to have some form of fun.
Yeah. It's quite a big one, though, isn't it? Listen to people when they say don't.
Yeah, parenting. Parenting and listening to the gods in that way. We also learned that don't keep really good friends company, like the hours and seasons.
Yep.
There must be a laugh one.
There must be, banter.
Which one would you like to hang out with the most out of all times? And
probably summer.
Summer.
Yeah.
Ooh, are you into the summer?
Yeah, I reckon it should be hot.
I mean, the bad thing about working with Helios, it must be overly hot the whole time.
All the time.
I'd be like sweating all the time. Like, if it's a bit warm in here, can we have some aircon? Do you have any friends with aircon? He's nice.
Yeah. So what are we thinking?
What else? Not a lot of morals. I think, if anything, it's quite low here.
Well, the morals is that things can get destroyed, i.e. your life, if you don't listen to rules.
The genuine moral is that to stay the golden path, as in the middle, not two extremes. Because if you get to one extreme, you create the Milky Way or black people.
Oh, yeah. I do think it's quite that overarching moral is quite a big one, which is why I think it's quite high.
But I don't think there's not a lot there though.
No, but the overarching moral is a big one.
Maybe a 5.
Yeah,
because I think it's bang on average there.
5. 4. Creativity, pretty creative.
Yeah, I think it's a nice story.
The way they describe the palace is very creative.
Yep.
The way they describe the horse is very creative. The way he makes the Milky Way and he hits the Earth and stuff like that is quite creative.
Also, the kid being kind of like getting bullied and wanting that validation, and him throwing up is actually it's kind of realistic. You know, it's as realistic as driving a sun across the sky is.
Do you know who I see playing Phaethon in a film? Is the guy? Have you seen Kick-Ass?
Yes.
The guy who plays the Red Mist.
As in
Mark Strong's son. The gangster's son.
Yeah, as in Christopher Mintz-Plasse.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Him playing it.
Yeah, for sure, actually, yeah. And he's like, God, Dad, let me.
Yeah.
He's in Role Models as well.
And McLovin, and Christopher Platt, that's the one. I think it was Christopher something. Anyway.
Yeah, so I think it's decent, especially with Milky Way and...
Yeah, would you say it's above average?
I think I have 6 or 7.
I think it's 6.
Why not 7?
I wouldn't say it's more creative than it.
But we're seeing stuff like Nile, the India, so it's real life locations.
That's true.
Also we're forgetting about the sisters, the Hellades, who look after it. And Zeus striking out the sky.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
There's a lot going on there.
That's pretty cool. You've won at 7.
So I'm so persuasive. As long as you're not Laura Legs.
WTF is actually quite high thanks to the racism at the end.
Yeah.
Do you know what I think is WTF about that statement? It wasn't that it was a way of explaining why people like black people are black and white people are white. Do you know what I mean? Because I get that in ancient times maybe you need that when they're discovering these new worlds like India and stuff, and they needed a way of explaining. You know, you have myths to explain why people look different. I get that. It's the fact they specifically said Ethiopia.
Yeah.
That's what's weird. Do you know what I mean? It's not that it's as a way of describing different races, because, hey, I'm sure they, it was a different time, they needed a way of describing these things.
And I guess if you lived in Athens your whole life, and the only people you knew were other Athenians, that probably would be... do you know what I mean? You'd need a way of explaining why are these people... But it's just specifically Ethiopia is why I find it funny. Maybe that's just a shorthand, if you know what I mean, but but again, I think we should not put our hands into this this awful pile. I think we're not the guys to deal with this. This is above our pay grade, which is remarkably low.
But there's other WTF stuff. The fact that he even took the chariot in the first place. The fact that he was even he was allowed to do the chariot in the first place.
The fact is that his dad didn't check on his body when he died, and his sisters turned into poplar trees for no reason.
Yeah. The fact that she's got the autumn has grape juice all over his legs.
Yeah, it's like a sad toddler.
Yeah. Or his own period.
That too. Also, we didn't pick up on this. It goes winter with hoarfrost in his hair. Which just thought it was hoarfrost.
Hoarfrost.
It's just a funny name.
It's a funny name.
Barely just. Yeah, you're not cray, but there's some big moments there. Again, I'm thinking 6-ish.
I think it's 6. Or should we give it a 7 just because the bombshell of Ethiopians was a big one?
That's quite a big one.
But overarching is actually not the WTF, as they're like a myth.
I think it just... I think 6 because it was average until that last bit.
Yeah, that's true. 6.
Bam. Alright, so 6 for life skills, 5 for morals, 7 for creativity, and 6 for WTF. And that equals... 24. Wow, so it did okay. That is literally the most average myth of all time.
It's pretty average.
6 across the board. I think that's a very just plain myth, if you know what I mean, and very, very similar to Daedalus and Icarus as well.
Yes, it was.
And literally the same message.
Don't listen to what your parents say.
And don't fly too close to the sun.
Don't fly too close to the sun. Or don't fly the sun.
Yeah, don't fly the sun. Mate, imagine if it was the same day as Icarus and Daedalus, and they were both flying up at the same time, and
he came too low, and then Icarus. Yeah.
Maybe Icarus didn't fly at the normal height, but maybe then Phaethon killed him.
Yeah, poor Icarus.
Oh no, I'm turning black.
Right, Matt, what's social media?
Well,
how do people contact us?
They can contact us by going onto the old website. Type onto the old internet. Tip. Put into your details at Miss Podcast on both Twitter and Facebook. You can like us both there. Whilst you're on Twitter, also follow Matt House Comedy as well. See some upcoming gigs. Also go to my website, matthousecomedy.com, see all my live upcoming gigs. But you can also go to the Facebook page and see our brand new page. What's it called then?
Misfits.
It's called the Miss Podcast. Miss Podcast brackets the Misfits, which is what we call you guys, Misfits. Hello, Misfits. It's a pleasure to have you here. And so we want you to kind of sign up there and talk about what your favourite episodes are. And me and Dan will be posting on there as well to create discussions. And basically, you can just chat to us about the podcast. It'd be great to hear from you as well. We currently we're going to add some content up there. I guess you could say the content it's in the trout at this point, but
it is.
And so you can follow us there, and also please give us 5 stars on the old iTunes as well. Okay, I think that's it. And what are we forgetting, Dan? If they wanted to have the personal touch, and they really want to...
Email us!
Yes, email us.
MIFFspodcast@gmail.com.
We love your correspondence. Please, please, please get in touch. We, especially as it's getting close to that special time of the year. And if you have any loved ones that love this podcast, they're a fucking idiot. But if you, we can maybe do a shout out for them. We can do it as a little Christmas present, or we can send them a Christmas card. Because if you're too lazy to buy,
a lot of people will be listening to the Christmas special on Christmas Day. It's going to become a thing that people do around.
We do have a Christmas special planned, and we're very, very excited to do it as well. And that'll be coming out on my birthday, actually, on the 24th of December. Ooh.
Exciting.
So the Christmas special will be out then, and you can listen to it on that day, on my birthday. Also, if you want to get me a gift, send it over. It'd be nice. Because Dan hasn't got me a gift so far, and it's not even nearly close to my birthday. It's not even my fake birthday.
Yeah.
But yeah, so do get in touch, and as I said, if you have any loved ones that want a Christmas card from us or something like that, if you're too cheap to buy your own presents, we're happy to do it for you as well. Anyway, we should go now. I hope you enjoyed this myth. Dan, you finish off the podcast.
Thank you for listening. Good night.
And if we have any fans in Ethiopia, we do apologise.
We really apologise.
Bye.
Life skills.
Learn how to nonce a child.
Where did we learn that?
Well, he rubbed this expression of...
Oh, come on, Matt. You just look for paedophilia everywhere, don't you?
Especially in the dark, Matt. Too much? Sorry.
That is the kind of thing that gets this podcast into trouble if it ever gets...
Oh, legal. I'm going to get sued very heavily.